going on, folks? Welcome back to another shaping the landscape video. In this video we won't be highlighting the tractor so much, but we will be highlighting where it'll start getting parked. So I picked up one of these carports with the metal roof. Should be way better than the Insta garage I had before. The logs you see laid out behind me, I harvested from a neighbor's property. He had a standing dead pine, and I thought, hey, if you're not doing anything with it, I'll take 20-foot logs out of it. So he flattened them off for me, and maybe I'll throw some of that footage in there. But anyway, I've got the first two boxes dug out, which appear to be just the frames. The roof pieces I haven't bothered to drag out of the garage just yet, so I want to get this together. Now, normally you would set it up, somewhere off to the side, or I guess right where you plan on putting it, and that's what I'm willing to do, but I'm probably making it more difficult for myself. I'm going to be trying to set it up on top of these, so I don't have to then lift it and move it over. Because as of right now, I'm not aware of any helping hands, so I'm going to build it where it sits. See how that goes. So first thing I'll do is just start going through all these pieces here and getting them separated. This should be a fun little project. We'll see. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm actually pretty impressed with this kit so far. Of course, you get, the instruction booklet. They even give you gloves for handling the sheet metal roof. They give you, the bag of hardware I've already brought over with my drill. I'm going to get ready to start assembling. I just thought I would stop to show this. They even give you the bit driver for it. Basically, everything you need other than the screw gun to put this together. So, yeah, pretty impressed. In the box still, they give you ground anchors, although I plan on either using some lag bolts or GRKs, something to bolt them down to this wood, the logs. Alright, quick stop to pick up some of the plastic. So far that seems to be the toughest part of this job, is getting the plastic off of them. Gonna complete this end here, maybe take a quick bite to eat after, who knows. But I did notice one thing, and that was that I was missing one step. I'm gonna go back and get them because I forgot them. But these plates here are supposed to go on the ends here and then down there. So just happened to catch that real quick and thought, you know what, I might want to make a comment on that. So I will get those on as I complete this end, and then I'll go back and remove those bolts and put them on down there. Alright, so the top frame is complete. I got my tummy filled Now it's time to move on to the next steps here. Adding the roof panels. Looks like first I'll have to use this foam and put it on each one of those rails. I'm sure that'll be fun. These are the panels. You can kind of see why they go through all the trouble of adding a nice little frame underneath it. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but yeah, it actually kept the panel corners all decent. So time to get started on that. Alright, I got the foam on here. I'm really not sure this is actually how it's supposed to go. The only thing it says in the instructions is do not cover the holes, and I think the only holes they're talking about are the ones right here where it helps you first line up the first panel. So yeah, they only included 3 strips. I put them on, just 3 of them. In the process, I also received a phone call from my dad. He's gonna pop by, and even my neighbor might pop by to help finish getting this thing going. So after the wife came out and took a look and said, honey, you're using the wrong panels, and sure as shit, using the wrong panels. So the center panels are full sheets, where these are, as you can see, partial sheets. But I was 4 deep into the pile and thought that they were all going to be that way, but no, it turns out they turn into full sheets for a little bit. So it's nice that they sandwiched those in the middle. All right, let's continue the party. Alright, as you can see, we're this far along, ready to get lifting it up, putting the legs underneath it. Just wanted to note that these holes don't all line up, so don't expect them to, and just worry about where your bars and then run them in a line up. And if you miss one, well, double up, as you can see where it's at. They give you enough screws. Just checking true now. Rain is coming down, so we're gonna call it for today. Tomorrow, just need to put on the last couple of pieces of the roof that comes down the side, get this thing anchored to the logs, and I think there's some other little braces that get put on too. So take care of that when it's not raining. Hey, back on day 2 here. The rain basically went all night long. Figured I'd show you what we got started here. We decided we're gonna auger our way down through so we can pound some rebar, just so that way when plowing this winter, this thing doesn't get moved. And another decision I had last night, I've got a bunch of scrap metal sitting around, so I'm gonna cut myself some pieces like this. It'll clamp over, it'll double up the strength there, so when I drill through and put rags in, I shouldn't have any problem compromising the tubing of this frame, which, you know, really is probably only half the thickness of this. So we'll cut off another 5 pieces and get them mounted down. Let's get some more cut. Alright, only 4 more to go. And yes, I know I'm cutting upside down. That's because my Sawzall is getting old and it refuses to hold the blade in the correct way. Now to the spray booth. Alright, so here's the final product. I'd say it's worth the $1,600. Certainly gonna outlast any of those other Insta garages. I won't say the name, but it rhymes with smelter Fogic. Anyway, they give you this material to put over the sharp end. I think it would kind of make sense to have it here as well, but they only give you enough to go up and over. They're the holes, if I didn't already mention it before, I'll say it again just in case. They don't always line up, so I guess what you get for just $1,600. But Kioti has a place now to stay out of the weather, and I'll be able to store some of the implements and attachments in here. And whether or not I decide to side it, I haven't figured it out what I want to do yet. Originally I was just going to put up some like vinyl, but I know after a while, just like any tarp or anything, it's just going to fade and go. So I'm toying with the idea of maybe just doing some wood to finish it off there and figure out how I want to close in the back, or if I want to leave that open or not. All in all, I like it. It wasn't bad. It definitely took the extra hands to get it lifted, because I don't think I would have gotten it up on my own, as well as stand a leg underneath it. So if you're gonna get one, make sure you grab at least a couple of bodies with it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody.